Good. All right. So what do we got here? We got 2 hours, right? We're kind of on a schedule today.
We are on a schedule. I have lots to do.
That's
my Todd to-do list is giant.
It's growing. So remind me, is today 6 months exactly?
Mark, is today 6 months?
Today is the 3rd of September.
Yeah.
That would make it 6 months.
He
today.
keeps track.
Elizabeth Peterson's first 6 months with the 906 Adventure Team.
I made it 6 months.
Okay, so we're going to do something fun here. We haven't done this before.
Oh, gosh.
Are you ready?
I don't know.
I'm going to give you a word or a phrase,
Okay.
and you have to immediately respond with the first word that comes to mind.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
Okay?
I'm scared.
Are you ready?
I'm really bad at these kinds of like on the spot
I'm going to
things.
tee you up. Here's an easy one.
Okay.
Here's one word. Ready? Crusher.
Oh, so fun.
That's the wrong fucking thing to
I
say.
know. I'm not. My experience was not the same.
Okay, phrase.
Okay.
It was great until it wasn't.
I don't know. I can't do this.
Okay, we're going to go to the next one.
Okay.
Let me think here.
I'm disappointing all involved.
No. You are out of your element. We're completely catching you off guard.
Catch me in 6 more months.
Gluski Park.
Oh, that's a big project.
It is.
Wonderful project.
It is.
Yep. Service before self.
That was going to be one of them.
Wow.
So let me tee that up.
Okay.
And it has to be immediate response, one word or 2 words, whatever. Service before self.
Well, now I'd say Gluski Park.
Oh, I feel like I've walked into the fucking Twilight Zone.
I'm stressed.
Road closed.
Oh, my new shirt. That's not what, none of these things are what you're hoping I'd say.
Painted toenails.
Oh, I had to confess that I had to go get my nails done yesterday.
I think that's got to be a first amongst 906 employees. You're probably the first to ever get your toenails painted. Unless, Mark, did you do it and I didn't know it?
Negative.
Okay, thank God the answer was
I'm going to get you guys a gift certificate to go get it done, and then you will understand
No, please don't.
how good it feels. I
Please
think you
don't.
would fall in love. Just saying.
Here's another word. 2 words. Career change.
I'm in the middle of that.
Yes, you are.
Yes, I am.
What's your reaction to your son as a senior in high school?
Aw, my heart just kind of starts to melt. That's my reaction.
All right, we're going to move on.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. This game's too hard.
So 6 months in.
Yeah.
Has it been what you expected?
Yeah, I think so.
Like, what was your expectation? Because you're coming from what you were doing with TV6.
Yeah.
Very well established in what you were doing.
Yeah.
It's a completely different world.
It is.
I
It
would
is.
think. I mean, I guess I'm sort of making some assumptions because I didn't work there, but
Yeah.
I was there many times
Yeah, you were.
with you.
Yeah.
So I got to see kind of, behind the curtain, as they would say. And it definitely seemed like a totally different world.
It is. It's a very unique world.
And I don't know. I mean, Mark could maybe, chime in here too. I think even for him, from what he did, where he was extremely well established and had been there, was it 28 years?
Yeah.
32.
32. So a long time.
Yeah.
Very well established. Like, I think it was a shift for you. Still is a shift for you.
It's an adventure. Yeah.
It's an adventure. What was your expectation did you even not know what to expect? I guess I'm curious.
Okay. Well, I didn't know what to expect as far as like how the job would kind of roll out and what my actual duties would end up being. I really didn't know. I mean, I had a concept, I had some ideas, but I didn't know what the day-to-day would look like. But I've made career changes before, and I know that it's hard.
Mm-hmm.
The first 6 months, the first year, getting through like a full cycle can be a really big mental game. And going from a place like TV6 that had so many employees. There was, it's corporate, so many policies and procedures, to coming somewhere that's the exact opposite of that. It's just the three of us and some volunteers. And I knew just the environment would be different. Looking forward to all of it, but I knew it would be a challenge.
Sure.
Sorry. I don't know how to use a microphone.
Adjusting. Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah. Sorry.
You should actually call Tia and get some tips.
Yeah, I should.
I mean, you were just with her yesterday.
I was just with her. Yeah.
The first 6 months, biggest surprise. Has there been any? Anything stand out?
I think, I think maybe one of the biggest surprises for me was just how much I've, getting to be a part of riding during Adventure Team. I didn't expect to be able to do that. And then really growing so much from that, riding on my own. I'm not a bike rider. I never was. And you have never pressured me or made me feel like I had to be. But when you're around this environment, and I was more drawn to it than I expected. So I'm not good. I'm still just trying to stay upright, but I've really enjoyed what I've done on the bike, and getting to work with the kids was just, it just made my summer. It was so wonderful. So
would it be fair to say, this would be maybe interesting for somebody from the outside to know or to hear, and this was the case for Mark too, we bring you in and go to great lengths initially to not overburden you with to-do lists and tasks and job responsibilities, and instead let you experience the experience, right? So you've been at the events, haven't really necessarily had a specific job at the event.
Right.
You've been more within, let's say, your staff, but you've been sort of a person within the volunteer teams, executing the mission, actually doing it hands-on, boots on the ground.
Yeah. Yeah.
Any takeaways from that?
It's been incredible to watch. Hard for me sometimes to, not be, being a staff member, wondering what is my role? How do I fit into this picture? There's so many volunteers that have been doing your events for so long, and they're so solid. So sometimes it was just standing out of the way. Like, you got this. You tell me where I can lend a hand. But to be a part of it and just see how many people give and the level and energy that they put towards these events, it was the community. It's really incredible. And sometimes I would just stand back and observe that. And you walk away. Obviously, there's the really beautiful moments as people are crossing the finish line and things are happening. But for me, it was more all of the people that just showed up to help, even if they weren't on the list. They're like, what can I do? How can I help?
I think there's value in allowing you the space, or allowing Mark the space. And I've been in this position myself for a long time, where you can stand back and observe.
Yeah.
Not have to be the person out in the front. It's kind of that leading from behind mentality that we talk a lot about at Bike Club with leading the kids. And I'm in a position now where I can stand back and only come to the front if I need to, right? And just kind of stand back and watch everything happen, and the people do what needs to be done. And I think when you get that opportunity to observe it, it really gives you a deep appreciation for what the hell's happening over here.
Yeah.
And I think if we had forced you right into like this very structured, restricted job description, and because really a lot of what you're going to do eventually, or starting to segue into doing, that isn't so much event related.
Yeah.
It's more outreach related, partnership related, getting out into the community, trying to, as crazy as it seems, we've been here a little over a decade. People still don't really fully understand what we do, because they'll hear snippets or different pieces, but they never get the full experience.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of what you're going to be doing, which isn't necessarily at the events. But being there and the capacity you've been in there, really, it gives you a sense of like what you're becoming part of.
Yeah, I needed to understand it on a
Yeah.
deeper level. Like, how many times have I interviewed you and talked to you, and I understood the organization, but there's something different about talking about your events
Right.
and actually being at the event.
Being there,
It's very, very different.
being up. It's different to interview me and to hear me tell you about people who stay awake for 24 to 36 hours versus being one of those people
Yeah.
that actually have to do that.
And honestly, like when you talk about it, it doesn't sound that great. You
Yeah.
got to be up for 24 hours. You got to do this, do that, and then you're there and it is great. People are so happy to be up for 24 hours. It's a whole vibe.
Yeah. Well, I'll look at Crusher in July. We get to the cutoff at, I think it was 10:30 in the morning. We know there's still 9 people out there who haven't quit. And we had torn down, we broke down because that was the official end of the event. But knowing people were still out there, how many people stayed at the finish line that was no longer there and waited for those people. We had people, that last crew came in at like 7:00 at night.
Yeah.
And it was fun.
It was. It really was.
That's fun to hear about their experience.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to say a couple words again, and then you have to immediately tell me what comes to mind right away. You ready?
Yeah.
Youth resilience.
Bike club. Yeah.
Was bike club or adventure team programming, the youth programming, is it what you expected once you got to do it?
No, it was different. It was very different, actually. I've experienced it really through Sawyer, my son, who has been in the program for 5-6 years. And so I knew his experience as he told it to me. But to actually go out with these kids was very different. I guess I didn't realize what it takes to wrangle 10 7 to 8 year olds in the woods, and some of the challenges in that, and doing it in a structured, positive way. It was just different than I expected.
It's the epitome of doing hard things.
It really is.
We've promoted for a long time. If I say doing hard things, people think of Margie Gessick. They think of the Crusher. They think of Polar Roll. They think of whatever other physical thing that's hard to do. Working with kids is hard.
Yeah.
Especially, in any capacity, at school, out of school, after school programs. But in this particular one where not only are you working with kids, you're working with kids with a wide range of skills and abilities.
Yeah.
We haven't segmented them.
Right.
To where each 10-person group is equally aligned in skill. Like you've got to see it.
Yeah.
You've got kids who can probably ride anything, and you've got kids who are still kind of learning how to ride some of the more introductory obstacles, right?
Yeah.
How was that?
Challenging. I was one of the more introductory, riders.
Yeah.
Which actually I think was great for my experience because the kids, we coached each other, Coach Elizabeth, try this, and I would vice versa, talk to them about different things. But we were really like kind of learning and growing together at the same time, which was really fun. And from the first time I rode with them to the last, like the change in skill, and not just skill like on the bike, but supporting one another, listening, being a part of like the team that had been created.
Yep. You didn't ride right away.
I didn't, no.
Right. So how far into the season were we? Was it a month?
What do you
approximately?
think? Mark's so good at timeline.
Yeah, I think it was into July.
Yeah. Okay. So you got into July, we decided like, hey, let's put you with the groups. That way you can get to experience it, get to see it because you haven't seen it. You haven't done it.
Yeah.
You're saying that it's challenging. It was hard. How did the coaches work through it?
Communication. Yeah. And learning when and how to communicate. And I think that was the biggest piece. For me, I was pretty quiet as a coach, right? Like I had a coach who had been coaching for a long time. I relied very heavily on his words, his direction. But I also have this like feeling in my gut, like, ooh, I don't know if that's appropriate, what just happened. And ooh, maybe we, so finding my voice in that, and finding my voice by talking with him, right? And knowing that what I'm seeing should be talked about.
Sure.
Yeah, that was big.
Yeah, the success, I mean, literally the success of anything is deeply rooted in communication.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you're a bike club, if you're running a 906 adventure team, if you're running a Fortune 500 corporation, your level of success will probably be very relative to your ability to create positive communication channels.
Yeah.
And just a collaborative culture where feedback can be provided. People don't get butt hurt and get their feelings hurt. And it's always focused on creation of solutions, right?
Yeah.
Trying to create, set people up for success and creating optimal experiences. But the thing is, and you got to see this, working with kids is imperfect.
Yeah.
By nature.
Yeah.
And you literally actually cannot strive for perfection because it is by nature imperfect.
And I had to accept that not every ride was going to be a great ride for every kid.
That is also part of it.
Part of the process. And that was really hard for me to see somebody not feeling it. They were tired. They stayed up late. They didn't eat, whatever. There were a million reasons that they didn't feel like riding. And
a lot of them had nothing to do with bike club.
Nothing to do with bike club. But yet I was like, I got to turn this around. I got to make this a great day. I got to. And sometimes you can't. And
like it's on you, right?
Right. Like it's my responsibility.
Yeah. I mean, how many people out there, parents, grandparents, teachers, counselors, have that same feeling when they see somebody not feeling it, not having a good time?
Yeah.
Like they have to step in and make the world better.
Right.
And I'm not saying that, that we are there to support them, but there is this fine line between empowering them to do it themselves.
Yes. Yes.
Figuring out how to do it themselves. And us having, it's almost like a hero complex. There is ego in it. I said, not all the time, but you know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
So it's a fine line. And I think people have to realize sometimes it feels like the Wild West.
It does. It did. Yeah.
But that is what it is.
It's part of it. It really is.
It's the experience.
Yeah. Yeah. And I thoroughly enjoyed just listening to those kids talk. Man, hilarious. Stuff that comes out of their mouths. They ride and talk the entire 2 hours.
Continuously.
It never, ever stop.
They don't stop talking.
And it's amazing the things that they talk about.
Yeah, that's it's when you're in the groups with the kids to be able to, because we have a rule. If you're an adult and you've talked for 60 seconds, you need to shut up and ride.
Yeah.
Because you've talked too long.
Yeah.
The joke is the kids don't care. But it's true.
Yeah.
We as adults need to step back and just listen.
Yeah.
You learn so much from listening. There's so much value in just hearing where they're at.
Yeah.
And their little chatter, and then, the fantastic things that they'll say to you when they're in close proximity to you, and the stories.
Yeah.
It really is an interesting snapshot into their world and what's going on in their head.
And I also found, they're very quiet at base camp when we're getting ready, just in the zone, doing their ABC checks and everything. And the second they start pedaling, it's like, let me tell you about this and this and this. And it's just, I just loved it.
So I think that program is fairly well known for being structured. You've heard about the structure. How was it for you to have to operate within the structure?
So, with riding or with setting up?
I would say not the setting up part. Experientially, as families and kids are arriving and you're there as a coach, there's a specific structure and a sequence of events. Specific things need to happen, like deliberate exchange or intentional exchange of custody.
Yeah.
taking attendance, reviewing medical background, make sure kids have their EpiPens, their inhalers, all that stuff. Was the structure, did it inhibit? Did it aid? I'm just curious. And I haven't asked you about this previously, so you can, whatever the response is, throw it out. How was it working within the structure of the program?
Oh, I thought it was great. For somebody who's never done it before, just like some of the riders that I had in my group, like we just knew what to expect. I really enjoyed being able to talk to the parents every week. I looked forward to telling them about our ride or, sharing with their son or daughter on something that happened. And even just the cleanup of it was just, it just made it very easy.
How do the kids respond to the structure?
It's great.
Complaining?
No, not in my group. I know some kids will question it, like, why do I have to do this? And that's great.
As they should.
Yeah,
they should question it so there can be an exchange of information.
Yeah. And it just became very routine. They'd get to their cone, they do their bike. We always had to do a bathroom break before we went out for a ride. That was like a group exercise. Great.
As soon as one kid says, I have to go to the bathroom,
everybody's got to go.
10 kids have to go to the bathroom.
So that was like, just became a part of the, the routine.
Yes.
And then we were off. And
so did they get into a habit of doing bike check themselves when they got there?
Usually. Yeah. Yeah.
And do you feel confident that the kids in your group left the summer understanding like they could have done a bike check themselves?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And they, if somebody needed a little more air in their tires, everyone was helping. Everyone was doing a pump or two, right? Like It was just this fun exercise that, kind of they all assisted each other in and check this out. And what do you think about this? And it was, by the end of the season, it was just a really comfortable space.
So I think that you said that Kyle coaches baseball, right? Softball. Did Sawyer play any organized sports? Or did you?
Me? Nope. Sawyer tried baseball.
Okay.
Don't ask him about it.
Okay.
It's not a fun memory in his mind.
Like T-ball or after T-ball?
No, like he was little.
Okay.
Not super little though.
Do you have, this is speculation maybe if you haven't played a lot of team sports or been in that environment a lot, but if Kyle's in it coaching softball, then you're experiencing at least as a fan because you go to the games, right?
I do. Yeah.
Any sense of how the environment around Adventure Team is different because it's a non-competitive. It's more of a you versus you. I don't want to say non-competitive. It's not head-to-head competition. We're not bringing the kids in a race. We're not bringing the kids in to, at the end of the season, say who the best rider is.
Yeah.
Versus baseball teams and other athletic environments that are highly competitive.
Yeah.
Did you see any contrasts? If you reflect on it?
Yeah. And Kyle and I have talked about this a little bit, just about, sometimes when I'm watching some of those softball games or I have in the past, the emotions are so high. Mm-hmm. There's tears or frustration that I feel like they're missing the good stuff, right? Mm-hmm. Like the game would get over. Maybe they lost or something or had a bad play. And I'd be like, but man, did you see what happened out there or whatever?
Right.
Like that was like, why are we sad? Like it was great. They were great, but they didn't win or they didn't get the run. Right.
Yeah.
So the emphasis is, and Kyle will disagree. To me, watching, the emphasis is on winning. Mm-hmm. Kyle would say, well, that's not true because there's all these beautiful things that happen in the process. Absolutely. I agree with that. There are beautiful things that happen in the process on the way. But at the end of the day, they are still there to win a game. Like that is the point of the program. So
their body of work is, did they win?
Right.
At the end, the body of work is going to be, did you have a successful season will be determined by wins and losses.
And I don't look at it. I've never looked at it like that.
Yeah.
And so, for us, like when Kyle and I would chat about a season, we lost this many or won this many,
mm-hmm.
but look at what you got them through. Mm-hmm. Look at what happened this year. Look at mm-hmm. what these kids faced.
Yeah.
And look how they came together. Like there's always like a bigger, so anyway, that's kind of my experience in that world.
Yeah.
Bike club, if there was a frustration, if there was upset, it was typically something like within having a bad day, just tired, just, couldn't make it up the hill and frustrated with themselves. So it's different. It was different.
How much did you see the kids compare themselves? So if you get to Kirby Hill or some hill, some kids are going to ride it, some aren't.
Yeah.
What's the interplay like between the kids? The kids who are up at the top waiting for the kids who couldn't ride it. Are they complaining, or what's the...
No, the kids at the top
attitude?
Supported, would support. I never felt like anyone looked down on anyone for having to walk or jump off their bike. There is definitely in 7 and 8 year olds like this race mentality. Like, I want to be first.
I want to be in front.
I want to be in front, and because I'm the fastest, and I'm the best. And there is that in the beginning.
Yeah.
But I think as the season went on, once they got used to the format of, it doesn't actually matter who's first.
Yeah.
Changed.
Yeah. Did you guys work on getting, because there's always kids in the group who don't want to be up front.
Yeah.
There's kids who want to live up front.
Yes.
And then there's other kids who just don't want to be up there. Did you guys work on getting those kids who don't want to be up front up there?
Yeah.
And how did it go?
It was challenging because a lot of times the person who wanted to be up front somehow always ended up creeping back up front.
That's ironic.
So that took some time to get used to.
Yeah.
There were a couple of riders that, one always wanted to be in front of me, one always wanted to be behind me. Like that was like, that was the spot, someone always wanted to be in the back. So switching it up was, it took time.
Yeah.
And, we had to talk through it and, okay, we're going to do this until we stop again. And then we're going to shift again. And you're only going to be there for a little bit. Try it out. See how it feels, So.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Shifting gears a little bit.
'Kay.
Your schedule is radically different now.
It is different.
You're not up in the middle of the night or early morning.
I know.
How's that been?
That's great. I see my kid.
Yeah.
I mean, I still don't see him as much as I'd like to because he's 17 years old, but
Yeah.
I get to, I got to send him off for school for the first time in a long time. I got to take the first day picture, not get one sent to me. So that was kind of special. He could have cared less, but I was like, I'm taking the photo today. He's like, oh my gosh, just take the photo.
Did you cry?
No. I will cry probably when he graduates. I'll probably cry when he goes to a dance. But first day of school, no.
It was pretty funny yesterday because Stacy took Cable and Talon to school, first day, freshman. Dropped him off, and she sent me a text, I'm assuming when she was leaving the school. And it was kind of like, didn't cry, almost did, but didn't. And then later I took Cable up to shoot his bow in the afternoon, and then we were talking about this first day. And he's talking, and then he's like, and then Mom cried. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. Your interpretation
stories
of what happened and what your mom's are different. So she cried, and he's like, oh, yeah. That's pretty funny.
That's cute.
I get it. It's big moments. I mean, for you, Sawyer's a senior, and, for Stacy and I, Cable's a freshman, and, this is his beginning of a 4-year adventure that will lead into the life beyond that. So
I just want Sawyer to get up in the morning, get ready, and get out the door. So the fact that that's all I cared about.
That's great.
There were no tears because I was just like, yes, day one, we did it. You're out the door on time. Because at 17, he is not like those early mornings at all. He's a night owl.
So let's talk about Crusher.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Because you did it.
I did.
Last weekend.
We did.
So this is your first actual introduction to participating as a participant.
Yes. Which I never thought I would do.
In a 906 Adventure Team event.
Yes.
So I have not pressured you to ride a bike.
You have not.
Tara didn't ride.
Yeah.
I don't believe that somebody who works for 906 now or in the future has to ride a bike.
And you have reiterated that to me many times.
Yes. So no pressure from me, but I have sort of just observed your evolution moving toward that. I'm just curious, why did that start to kind of nudge you in that direction? Because you didn't have to.
Right. Well, Tammy and Angie were on a podcast early on when I started.
Yep.
And they said, we're going to take you out on a 40.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah. And
I think they were like 2 reds in.
Yep. I think they were. And I just put it in my brain that if they actually followed through, and I was in a place where I felt like I could do it,
Yeah.
I couldn't say no, because I think it's really special when, I mean, how many times do people say, we should go out, we should do this, we should, and you just, there's no,
All the time.
Yeah. And you never follow up, right? Like it just happens. So, if somebody's going to show up for me to give me this experience and help guide me through it, I'm going to say yes.
Were you doing 75 hard at that time?
I don't think I had started at the podcast.
It probably was close to when you were starting.
Honestly, I started 75 hard after doing adventure team setups.
Oh, the setups.
The setups.
Oh.
And those I don't even know the terminology yet. The bike rack things. I get
the bike stands. The
bike stands. Yeah. Putting those together, I'd be like, man, I can only carry like 2 at a time, or maybe 1. I'm so tired. I'm sweating. I got to get stronger. So
that's why you started 75 hard?
I just realized, like, I have a very physical job now, right? Like, it's not that I wasn't active in my life previously, but this is a different level. Like, I'm not sitting writing stories. I'm out there putting bike stands together and trying to keep up with Mark. Whew, it's not easy.
Carrying heavy shit.
Seriously. Yeah. Like working hard. I mean,
on your feet a lot.
On my feet a lot. My feet were always sore. Yep. And so I knew I was not in a very healthy place to be able to keep up. I wanted to be able to keep up with you knuckleheads, you know?
So 75 hard was a response to that.
Yeah. And I've done it before. So I know for me personally, it's a way to build strength pretty quickly.
Sure. And discipline.
Which I desperately needed at that time. Also, I was coming off that wild schedule. For a couple of years, it was very hard to commit to myself in any way because I was just living such an inconsistent lifestyle, you know?
Absolutely.
And so I needed to just kind of shock my system.
75 hard was actually probably a great prep step toward doing the Crusher.
I don't know that I would have completed it successfully had I not done it.
Yeah. I didn't say much, I didn't say much about you going to do it at all, but I never had any doubt that you would be able to do it.
Yeah.
That never went through my head. My thing is always just making sure somebody goes out with the right equipment, properly prepared from that standpoint.
Yeah, you panicked me. So the day before, Todd's like, let's talk about your gear. And I'm like, okay. He's like, what are you bringing? And I'm like, I don't know, little of this, little of that. And he's like, no. No. What if you get separated from your group and have to spend the night? And I'm like, that's not going to happen.
It could happen.
He's like, no, it could happen. Take this. So I was laughing the whole time. I had all these tools. I had extra clothes, like all this stuff. And then the whole time, every time I'd end up in the back, I'd be like, hey, if you guys turn, will you make sure I turn with you? Because I was so scared of getting separated after talking with you. I never used a tool, but I'm so glad I had it.
But you had it. Well, I told you that story about the 2 women who were out running.
Yes. And I had all these things fresh in my mind.
That was like a month ago.
Yeah.
Did I tell you about that?
I don't think so.
2 women were out doing the 50-mile Not Fun Run. And they had SAG. So literally the majority of their stuff was with SAG. They had a water bottle and I think a little bit of food. And they got separated from SAG. And so I started getting text messages one mid-morning. And they're coming in, I'm not getting overly worried. I'm just sort of reading what they're sending me, assessing it. Well, the messages kept coming. They weren't finding SAG. SAG wasn't finding them. And I could sense that there was some anxiety. Tone of the messages were changing. And then eventually they did reunite, but it was hours upon hours upon hours. They were out of water. They were out of food. They had nothing. So that could have gone a much different way. It ended up being that they got separated from SAG, and SAG had multiple flat tires. So it was just this classic example of where, it's kind of reiterating that message of 906 Adventure Team and self-reliance and having everything you need, because even if you've got SAG, you don't know what's going to happen to SAG.
Yeah.
So I kind of dumped that on her 12 hours before she was going to leave.
Yeah, I went home and I was like, I got to work on my bike pack. I got to see what I can fit in there.
Yeah, we looked at her bike and I'm like, what about bags? Let's get you started with bags. Let's figure this bike out, get bags on it. And then look at the field notes, identify what you feel you'll need
Yep.
and what you can work with.
Yep.
And then I think you intervene
Yeah.
one more time before.
He's like, here's a tire lever. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah. You
I don't know what
I'm not going to show how to use it.
with
Just
it.
make sure you have it.
He's like, you'll figure it out real fast if you need to. And I'm like, okay.
Might be like whittling them together to start a fire.
Hey, I had like 20 zip ties, so I felt like I could conquer the world.
20 zip ties, you can get a lot done. There's no doubt about that. Well, anyway, I didn't have any, just so you know, yes, I was dropping some stuff on you before you went, but I had no doubt you'd finish because I knew you were in the middle of doing 75 hard.
Yeah.
Are you done with it?
I am done. Yeah.
Okay. And I knew you had done it previously, so that program does require an incredible level of commitment.
Yeah.
And discipline to complete it. You know, I've read a lot of the reviews of the program from the whiners online.
I'm going to say they love it or hate it.
The people who are not on the do hard things path.
Yeah.
So it's clearly very challenging. So,
Yeah.
So what was it like?
The Crusher?
Yeah. I mean, how big was your crew?
We had 9 people.
That's a big crew.
Yep.
And how were the dynamics?
The dynamics were really good. We started in the morning. It was 37 degrees. It was cold, way colder than I expected it to be.
Classic.
And you know me, I do not like being cold. I mean, you're in shorts and a t-shirt and I still have my sweatshirt on. It's 90 degrees out. So I'm like, okay, can't think about it. I mean, I'm not carrying my jacket. You know, I had a light jacket, but I could have went with my winter coat. Like that's how cold I was. But no, we were supposed to have 8. So Mandy Koskela, my former co-anchor in the morning news, Bill, who's a volunteer here, Corey Nordyke, who is related to my best friend. So I kind of knew her and I knew her energy. It was just beautiful.
Yeah.
Tammy and Angie, I don't know them. I've met them, but you know, they feel like goodness, you know.
Wild women.
Yeah, yeah. And then they brought their nephew. And then right at the end, this Ed pops out of a car. Mandy's like, oh, I think that's Ed. Is he riding with us? Is he riding with us? And I'm like Ed, who just completed that point to point that everybody's talking about.
The 500 mile.
Yeah.
In 3 days.
In like a time that nobody thought was possible. He's riding.
With like no sleep.
I'm like, oh.
On a single speed.
On a single speed.
So yeah, I call him single speed Ed now because I don't know his last name. But I'm like, he's not riding with us. Like that'd be, I'm not riding like that. Mandy's like, I can't believe it. I can't believe he's here or whatever. And so anyway, he's riding with us. I'm like, oh, cool. Yeah.
Getting in your head a little bit?
Yeah, a lot of it. I'm like,
got some thoughts?
I can barely stay upright. Like, what is this guy doing here? Great. This is going to be the worst day ever. He's going to be pushing everyone. And it was fine. After, I don't know how long, I'm like, what is your problem, Elizabeth? Like, he's obviously really good friends with people here and just wanted to come along for the ride. So maybe, not worry about him.
Yeah,
worry about yourself.
Maybe calm the fuck down.
Yeah, like take a 5. So I did.
Well, I do appreciate how yesterday you were calling yourself out.
I did.
In retrospect. So that's healthy. That's good.
Well, because come on, Elizabeth. What the heck?
But be real, because your reaction to Ed showing up is not unique.
Yeah.
This is super common.
And my hands were shaking. I was super anxious to get started before I even saw him, right? Like, I have no idea what this is going to feel like. I have no idea if my physical fitness can even take me through this thing. Like, I've backpacked. I've done things. And I know I can do them. Yeah. But this is brand new. And so I'm already like...
There's going to be doubt.
Right. And then here
and then the door opens and Mega Crusher steps out. It's like Optimus Prime has arrived.
Like, do you know this is my first time?
I hope anybody who listens to this, there's going to be a lot of people that should be able to relate with this moment.
Yeah.
And you can't, those are the moments where you either take a major step forward or you continue to live in just this world of doubt and just dismay.
Yeah.
And you made that step and you made that mental shift and you fucking were like, all right, let's pull it together.
Elizabeth.
Right?
Yeah,
I mean,
I did.
Literally, I think if Ed tried to take you in a fight that you would put him in a fucking headlock.
Ooh, okay, yeah, good. Good to know.
So I wouldn't race him on a bike, but in hand-to-hand combat, I'm probably putting money on you.
And it turns out he's very nice and he was wonderful.
He's very kind.
Yes.
He is. He's a good guy. I've only met him at the finish line. But great energy.
Yeah.
Super down to earth.
Yeah.
Definitely seems like a guy I could hang out with.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's, I'm glad that worked out well.
Yeah.
So as you got into the ride, was it what you expected? Was it harder, easier?
I just was riding. They had me start out first, right? They wanted me to lead.
Oh,
and so,
cute.
yeah, okay. So I'm feeling the pressure of that also, because also I have now Ed behind me and I'm leading and oh my goodness, what's happening? And at some point I was like, I don't want to lead, you guys. This isn't for me. I want to be either in the middle or in the back. Like this, I just need to be in, like, it's weird to be in the front. I feel the breath on my neck, right? Like
Pressure.
Yeah.
Everybody's watching you.
Right. Like, what is she doing? What? Oh my gosh, she took that line.
Self-conscious.
Yeah. So eventually we all kind of shifted and moved around and
the truth is, I'll interject.
Yeah.
When you were up front, nobody gave a shit.
and I could hear them all talking. Like they were talking about just nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with me.
You were not a thought in their mind.
Absolutely not. Exactly. It was, again, this was like the first 45 minutes in my head about these silly things. And then I just started riding, and Tammy was just a wonderful motivator in a way that it didn't feel like she was motivating me. She's real sneaky. Just by holding a conversation or talking about something that she knows I'm interested in. So I don't know if she actually wants to get into backpacking, but man, she knows everything about backpacking now. She talked, but I loved the conversation. But I also was like, I think I know what you're doing. You're finding something that I know that I'm good at, that I enjoy, and you're having me focus on that so I can like feel that strength that I get from that and put it into my ride. Whether it was that deep, I don't know, but it became that deep in my head.
There's probably some intentionality there.
Yeah, she was great. But after about 20 miles, I was like, I feel amazing. I can do this. Like, this is going to be a beautiful, wonderful day.
So
like,
a turning point.
Yeah. Yeah. When we stopped, it had been cold and I was kind of feeling a little sick in the beginning. But then we stopped and I took off. I had like a bandana around my neck and it was soaked with sweat. And I was like, oh, I haven't even drank one drop of water because I was freezing. So drank a ton of water, some electrolytes, and then I felt great after that. And I just made sure to stay on top of my nutrition. But it was at like the 20-mile mark where I was like, oh, I'd only ever ridden 20 miles. But after 20 miles.
That was your longest ride?
Yeah.
Prior to this one? And what was this one?
57. Yeah. So, and when, riding 20 miles at home in the back roads of Scandia, I would get home and be like, oh, I'm exhausted. That was so hard. But that day, after 20 miles, I was like, oh, I feel really good. So I was overly excited. But I really tried hard just to stay like in the experience of it and not overthink every single thing I was doing.
Yeah. Be in the moment.
Yeah. And just, I was so grateful to be out there with the group truly was just, they were wonderful humans. I don't think there was an upset all day with anybody really. We had a couple crashes and things like that. I tipped a couple times and fell into the whatever you call that stuff out there, the mucky weeds. I don't know, but
that's the enhanced gravel.
Yeah. There definitely wasn't gravel where I tipped, but fell into a mud hole.
Looked like you guys were partying with some side-by-siders.
Yeah, we came upon some great group of a couple times.
Yeah.
And,
I saw a picture that Tammy posted.
Yeah.
Well, I think she might have sent that in with her results. Anyway, somehow I ended up with the picture. And I shared it through the Crusher page. It was a good picture. Yeah. Positive interaction out there with those folks.
Yeah. They were wonderful.
Did you see anybody else besides side-by-sides? No logging trucks, no loggers?
Nope.
No?
I don't think so.
It is unbelievably quiet out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's some people who think that, there's all of these interactions between users. But my God, I can't think of... You were just out, weren't you? Crushing it with some friends?
Yeah, we were out on the beers are up. Yeah.
And what did you guys see as far as traffic?
We had one guy from Lansing that went out just behind us, and we interacted with him a handful of times throughout the day.
Side-by-sides? Four-wheelers?
We ran into a couple of trucks, I think.
Yeah, but not a lot.
There was a vehicle parked up on Arvon. But no, there was not much activity. When we got close to the finish, there's a little more traffic there. But
Yeah.
You guys didn't go up over Arvon, did you? Mm-mm. Okay, I didn't think so. That's the other routes.
We actually thought when we came to the side-by-sides, the big group in the picture, that's where Corey's husband was to offer us some support. And so they're cheering for us as we're all coming in. We thought they were there for us. Like they're all standing, woo, way to go. You know, and I'm like, wow, what's happening? This is amazing. And then I realized I have no idea who these people are.
That's about par for the course.
But it was really cute.
What was your favorite part of the course, if you had one?
I mean, I did really like some of the grassy areas that we rode in. It was just there was a lot of like change up as far as like, you know, we started on pavement and we went to gravel, and then all of a sudden we're in like, I don't know, like a grass path.
How was the Dead River crossing?
It was good. It wasn't super high. It was moving quickly, but Tammy, I mean, that's where like going out with people who are so, you know, they've done so many of these events and are kind of experts at some of the things. Like they knew exactly how to carry the bike through. We're gonna, you know, we're gonna do it together, and you're gonna grab here and here, and I'm gonna grab here. And it was, if it was just me and I'm trying to push it through, or that would have been harder. So it was nice to have that knowledge, and you know, I certainly appreciated all of that. So Ed took his shoes off and walked across bare feet with his bike over his head, but you know, whatever. I didn't do that.
We should try to get him on here.
You should.
That would actually be pretty cool.
Now that he's heard me call him out like all morning.
Right, and then maybe we'll have a wrestling match after the podcast between the two of you.
Okay.
Arm wrestling.
I'll start lifting weights.
Think maybe reach out to Tammy and Ange if you think of it.
Okay.
And
put it on my to-do list.
And ping him. But he has to be here in person.
Okay.
I wonder, is he doing Margie? Do you know?
I don't know.
If he's not, why not? Ask that question too.
Okay. Well, why are you calling me?
9 hours? Is that how long it took?
Yep, just over 9 hours. I think it was like 9 hours and 15 or something minutes.
Is that what you expected? Did you have a goal going into it?
Well, Tammy and Angie had said they wanted to finish between 8 and 9 hours. That was their goal for the group. So I set my goal at 11 hours because I figured they were really not realizing how new I was to this. So, but the group really pushed me to ride harder than I normally probably would have. So if I would have been out there by myself, I do think
would it taken longer?
It would have taken longer.
Think so?
Yeah.
How many stops did you make? And when you were stopped, like how long were you stopped?
Well, we stopped at each of the checkpoints the longest. Those were like our longest stops. Then we had one stop where we had cheeseburgers from Corey's husband, which was like the most amazing.
That's nice. Like he was making them, or he picked them up?
They're from McDonald's. They had extra pickles. These were so good.
That's a good call.
It was delicious. Yeah. I kind of was like, I'm not eating a cheeseburger. That seems crazy. And then you smell it and you're like, oh, I'm eating a cheeseburger.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm glad I did.
That's mandatory in-ride food.
It was delicious. So, but that was, you know, I would say 20 minutes when we stopped. You know, I think it said.
What was your total stop time?
Our total ride time, I think, was 6.5 hours.
Okay. So.
Because I remember seeing that on the breakdown.
6.5, 9.
Yeah. So 2.5 hours of stopping.
Okay.
And there were times where we stopped because, you know, somebody fell off or, you know, sometimes, and we'd stop at top of hills and take a break sometimes, or, you know, quick fuel break, things like that.
I have found when I'm alone that I stop way less.
Yeah.
And if I'm in a group, then definitely you can lose a lot of time fast.
Yeah. And it is so hard to get started after you stop for like 30 minutes. Like the first time we stopped and we started again, that was actually probably the one time where I was like, oh, but then you warm back up and everything was fine. But there was probably 10 minutes where I was like, this doesn't feel good at all. And then I started to hear the chatter of, gosh, it's always hard to get started. And, you know, I'm like, oh, this is normal. I'm feeling like everyone else.
Get everything moving again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Groups can be challenging if the need to stop or the frequency of stop or the desired length of stop is not synced.
Yeah.
But it sounds like your group was good on that. So
Yeah.
I've always found that if one person says, hey, I need to stop, let's give it another 5 minutes so everybody can digest what a stop means to them and like take a mental inventory of these are the things that I need to achieve.
Yeah.
And then it's a little bit more efficient, you know, and nobody's getting cold. And
yeah, because that's the other thing, depending on the weather, you know, people can start to get cold while other people are not affected by it whatsoever.
Yeah.
But giving everybody some lead time before somebody just says, I'm stopping here.
Yeah.
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 What's the, you know, now that you've done it, how did it feel to do it? What was that sense of accomplishment like?
Oh, I got teary-eyed coming down the hill, you know, towards Koski, just kind of riding by myself, and the whole group like starts cheering, right? And you got Kyle over there by the Dollar General cheering, and got a little teary-eyed, and just it's doing something that I think at some point in my brain I didn't think I could do, right? Like that's not for me. I'm not a biker. I don't even have a bike. I borrowed a bike from, you know, from you. So, so to be out there, and come back feeling so good, I just was so happy, you know, and just so grateful for everybody and the time and the energy that, you know, Tammy and Angie, they put it out there. We're going to take you on your first 40. And then they actually showed up.
Yeah, they followed through.
And that alone gets me a little teary-eyed because that is like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
You just don't get that all the time.
Why? So did you or do you not see yourself as a biker? What? No, let me back up. Define for me. What is a biker? What is a cyclist?
Well, I think in my brain, right? I've always just, you know, you got the gear, you got the pants and the pads and the tire levers, and you know how to use them.
It's helpful.
And
It is helpful.
Yeah, and there's just a level of fitness, I guess, that I would define a biker as having.
Is there a certain level of frequency of bike riding that you need to be able to check off to qualify as a biker?
No, I don't think so.
Or if you have a bike and all the gear and you know how to use it, does
you're
that
a biker.
by default makes you a biker?
Yeah, sure.
Just because of the stuff?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I've ridden bikes with my son. You know,
Yes, you have. But you weren't a biker.
But I wasn't a bike because I was like, what are we doing? Riding through Ramba, you know, and I'm just like screaming and on a bike that should never, ever have been out there. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You know.
Do that again. Yeah, that was you at the leadership summit, going over the obstacles.
Honestly, yeah, like
terror in her eyes.
I know, I was so sad after I went home and cried. I was like, man,
you came out of that weekend a little demoralized.
I'm so hard on myself. It's just ridiculous. Yeah, like I want to be, you know, amazing at it. I can see it in my head, and then I do it. I'm like, tip over. Yeah.
Is that getting easier to work through? Have you felt, answer that question. Is it getting easier to work through?
Being hard on myself?
Well, I'll say,
the biking skills?
You're coming in, it seems like you're coming in with certain expectations, and then the reality isn't matching your expectations.
Sure.
And then, you know, you go home feeling defeated or just not good about yourself.
Yeah.
I don't think that's being put upon you from us.
Oh no.
Right? It's a personal thing.
It is a personal thing.
And it's a personal thing I think that a lot of people struggle with.
Yeah. And I've battled with this my entire life. This isn't brand new because I work here and I'm sitting on a bicycle, right? Like it is just I have a really negative voice and and really high expectations. And so when you put the two together, it doesn't always play very nice, you know? But I will say, this job, as I look back on the last 6 months and everything that's happened, it's so consistent. Like the environment that I'm in is so consistent. Not to say things don't go wrong, because they do. You know, we're working through a plan B yesterday on something and it was kind of high energy. But there's a consistency of like, it's not this. It's not a roller coaster of emotions. And that is super helpful for me. And I don't know that that's an environment maybe that I've always had in my previous employment. and that helps me to kind of understand what's real, right? When something's consistent and keeps me from attaching too much to that negative voice, or you might message me in the morning, we need to sit down when you come in. Well, Elizabeth from back in the day is like, oh my gosh, I'm probably getting fired today.
I'm in deep shit.
He wants to see me right at 9, and he didn't ask Mark. And it's just, so I'm at home having my coffee like, Elizabeth, you don't know that. Oh, but yeah, you do. Oh, no, you don't. So, and then I come in and you're like, hey, I wondered if you could do this for me today. This has to be a priority. Put this at the top. Nothing's bad. There's nothing. Right. And I'm staring at you like, really? But aren't I in trouble?
Not yet.
Not yet. So different. Back before it was like you got called into the corner office. Things aren't well. Something's.
Oh, sure.
Be prepared.
I mean, that's like common corporate or normal business culture.
Yes. So it's just changing it's just such a different environment. And so things have gotten better, but man, do I still fight that? This week you said, I want to sit down with you and Mark and talk about whatever. And I'm like, oh my gosh, here we go again. So silly.
Well, and it was nothing.
It was nothing, actually.
It's to make sure that we all know what the other is working on and what the priorities are, right?
Right.
That's it. It's interesting you brought up yesterday with that, the thing that we were working through. Because I thought about this a lot yesterday. It was something I was actually going to talk to you guys about, so I can just share it now here. Yesterday, when that whole thing was going on, I think in a lot of environments, for a lot of businesses, organizations, what they would have done in the moment when this all started kind of percolating up was they would have focused on what the problem is and whose fault it is.
Yeah.
And a lot of energy would have been spent on nothing but making it way bigger than it needed to be. So I think that what's unique for us is it's almost impermissible that we sit and get negative, and we do not problem focus, and we do not assign blame.
Yeah.
It's always root cause. What happened? What's wrong? What's the root cause?
Yeah.
And how do we fix it to make sure it doesn't happen again?
Right.
So we're very, the environment is very solution orientated.
Yeah.
Something comes up. This thing is inconvenient. We got an event to run. I'm 2 weeks out. I'm not giving energy to negative bullshit. What can I do right now to try to solve this problem if we've got to adapt?
Yeah.
Right. And the other thing too, while we're problem solving and looking at potential solutions is or at least this is happening in my head. There's an analysis of how does each potential conclusion, which in this case would be a solution, impact everybody involved. So how do you continuously try to achieve an optimal outcome that is best for the most people?
Yeah.
So that's just a whole different, it's just a whole different way of operating.
Yeah.
Well,
and it felt good for you to be like, okay, I'm going to go see what I can do with this.
Yes.
You start on a plan B.
Yes.
Like having that action.
Yes.
I'm an action. We've talked about this.
Yes.
Like we're doers. So don't sit and swirl on the problem and, but here, go call this person.
Yep.
Start formulating a plan. See what you think. See what they think.
Yep.
I'll get back with you.
Yep.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. I love that.
Yep.
I'm in,
And by, this all started at 9 in the morning?
Yeah.
And by 2, maybe a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
We had literally gone through the entire scenario, worked it out, had an alternative if plan A wasn't going to work, had a plan B we were happy with, felt good about, had some upside. And then ultimately it was like, okay, well, we figured it out. So, okay, move on to the next thing.
And now we have a great backup plan.
It could be a plan actually for next year.
Yeah. Yeah.
I actually think that exercise it's also seeing the opportunity, right? That certain things present you. And it's like, as I played through that yesterday, talked to you, talked to Stacy, my wife, it was like, I see some positives to this. Yeah. And then getting the city's, response and sort of that support of the idea was like, all right. Yeah. This is a possibility. Yeah. So did you have, sorry, back to Crusher. That was a tangent.
Okay. That's okay. Yeah.
Any dark moments?
I really didn't have a dark moment.
Good.
Which I really expected to. but I really didn't. And, they would take video of me. So what do you want to say to Todd right now?
I saw that video.
I'm like, I'm grateful for the opportunity.
I saw that video. It was disappointing.
I know. I'm like, I know everybody usually
She's just
says,
all sweet, and it was so wonderful. It's like the last thing I want to hear.
I know. I'm like, I can't even lie. You're asking there. I know.
Okay, we're going to play the quick reaction game again.
Okay.
You ready?
Okay.
I'm going to say...
Why did I get the quick reaction game?
2 words. You have to instantly answer.
I'm so okay.
First thing that comes to mind. Are you ready?
Yes.
40 beers.
I really might do it next year. Yeah.
Next year.
Yeah, next year.
I'll assign that to you.
We'll see.
That's good, because I think I would hope... I fully supported you doing the Humboldt route from the beginning.
You did.
Because again, like if you take the more ego that you put into decision making, the higher the payoff can be, but the lower the drop, the downfall could be. So I think putting you into Humboldt, into that route, that introductory crusher phase, perfect.
Yeah.
First time, you'd need to go out, do something, build some confidence.
Yeah.
Right? Get a base. And I have no doubt you could do beers, no doubt. But it would be totally different.
Yeah.
Because that one is like, it's all the best of the worst. It's shorter by almost 9 miles or so. But, I mean, it's awesome.
It really is. Yeah.
Everybody, that has been by far the most popular route this summer. Mm-hmm. The 40 beers. And everybody is just like, that is just the perfect amount of bullshit.
Yeah.
And it's not ridiculously long.
Yeah.
You don't have to be out there for 30 hours.
Yeah.
You can realistically get it done in under 12.
Yeah, a couple good climbs, a lot of good ripping downhills.
Yeah. So it's like this, stepped process to building.
Yeah.
And that would be the next one.
Yeah. Well, it's on my radar.
And then
I'm not doing it this year.
Then we'll talk about the 100.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, one step at a time, right?
I did expect to, the next day be stuck on the couch sore.
Yeah.
Right. Like that's pretty standard even on like a big backpacking trip. You get home and you're done. Mm-hmm. Toenails are falling off, blisters on my shoulders, all the things. And I felt great. I couldn't believe it. I was so excited.
So the gear that you know how to use that you had with you, did anything not work the way you wanted it?
No.
So everything worked. Everything performed the way you would have hoped.
Yeah, I don't have a really good comeback story.
Did you use your water filter?
No. I would have had to if we didn't have support.
Yeah.
But I did bring it. Then there was a moment where I was like, hey, when are we meeting up with Luke again? Because I'm almost out again. So I almost used it, but I didn't. Honestly, I didn't even eat half my food.
Yeah.
The water, I would probably maybe bring one more. I only had 2 bottles.
Okay.
I definitely drink a lot of water. We know this.
Yeah.
And I drink a lot out there.
Well, I mean, drinking's good too. Stay hydrated.
Yeah.
It can be a problem if you start cramping.
Sure.
Okay, what do we got for time here? Make sure we're on. Oh, yeah, we're in pretty good shape on time. What else about the first 6 months? How's Mark been to work with?
Oh, Mark's great.
Yeah.
He really is. He's he's super tolerant of me, which is wonderful. I can be a little chatty Cathy sometimes, if you didn't know that. But I often think maybe we work well together because you can't hear very well out of your one ear, right?
Can't hear it all.
So I'm just talking to nothing, and he's going, Yep. No, he's been great. He's really been great. When people ask me about Mark, I always say he's one of the most thoughtful people I've ever met, in the sense that he truly thinks about his words before he says them in a way that I've never experienced somebody thinking about their thoughts and their words and their processes. I'm the exact opposite. So I think it's a good mix of personality.
Yeah, yin and yang.
Yeah. And it's been good. We like a lot of the same music, which helps. He takes a lunch break pretty regularly, which helps me eat lunch.
Every hour and a half?
Yeah, I appreciate that. I love to see what he's eating. You know, when I was doing the 75 hard and I was like, what do you have today?
Oh, dude, wow. There's more food at base camp there is in my house. We've got more food here.
Yeah, that was great.
It's all Mark's, but we've got a lot of food here.
No, it's been wonderful.
You've had some questions, right? Like from people as you made the move over, and they're like, "Oh man, like what's it like to work there?"
Yeah, is Todd being nice to you?
Was that the question you were getting?
Is Todd nice to you? Yeah. I've gotten it a few times. And the first time I was like, "Are you being like? Is that a real question? Are you being funny?
Yeah, or are you kidding?"
Yeah. They're like, "No, it's like he good to you." I'm like, "Yeah." Do you know him? Well, no, but I've heard. I'm like, oh, well, then you don't know. What do you think their impression was? Probably that you don't give two about anything, right? Like you're just out there marching your own tunnel vision, kind of. You know, somebody pleads their case to you about a race or something. I don't know. This is all, and you write the story about. I missed 500 feet of the, I don't know, it's 500 feet a lot. I don't know, 50 feet of the trail.
Didn't follow the course.
Yeah. So, sorry, you get, I don't know, stuff
DQ'd.
like that. DQ'd, you know, but that you're known for being tough, for being hard in some of those situations, right? And I think people just take those little snippets and cultivate a character. And now I'm lucky. I got to know you from a long time ago.
Yeah, I mean, we knew each other.
Yeah. All the conversations we had on camera, all the things. So I feel like I know you pretty well.
Yeah.
You know.
So you haven't had any surprises coming in being like, you're thinking it's going to be one thing and it's like, whoa.
No.
Totally different.
Yeah. No. I think I had a pretty good sense of who you are. But, you know, when someone's like, oof, you nice to you? Then you do kind of go, wait a minute, what am I doing? Like, am I really in a space that I gotta like wonder? And also, I can handle my own. Why are you questioning if somebody's being nice to me? You're not being nice to me.
That's a good point.
We're having a conversation, right? Like, I don't feel like I'm going to let you push me around or mean Mark over there. He's so not mean. He's the actual opposite of mean.
I don't know. Do you think that where do you think that would come from? Because if you're in the space, I mean, I don't think that there's, whatever the impression is.
Oh, excuse me. Of impression of what?
I mean, if she's, being questioned, like, is he nice to you? It's coming from some sort of impression that somebody's gleaned from something that somebody said, or I don't know, an article that was written. But my sense is that the crew here works together pretty well, and there's not a lot of drama.
No, there's not.
Yeah, I guess it all works from a set of expectations, and be it outside of those expectations. I don't know if there's a direct way to communicate, and not everybody can take direct communication.
That's actually a good way to put it. If there's something, I'd say that there's not a lot of beating around the bush.
Yeah, you are very direct.
Yeah,
that's
for sure,
and I appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, some people do. I think as people get to know you and they understand your intention, then it gets a little easier. But in my experience with people is a lot of time gets wasted with people getting butthurt about shit that it's just not necessary.
Yeah.
Just be a fucking adult, take the information that's provided and move on, I also think that that's why we're able to get as much done with as small a crew as we have.
Yeah.
Because we're just focused on, we have a complementary team.
Yeah.
You guys have been selected based on your skills and your attributes. And then some of it, Mark and I were talking about this a couple weeks ago, some of it also then is getting you in and then figuring out what you're good at.
Yeah.
And maybe where you're not operating at your highest level. And then amongst us figuring out who's going to do what so that they're aligned with the things they're best at. And we've got good overlap where we need overlap, and we have good specialized skill sets where they need to be specialized. And as long as you're constantly looking at your team and putting that team in a position to be operating at a high level, you can get shit done.
Yeah.
And it's, not a lot of meetings.
Yeah.
not a lot of downtime, talking about what we're going to do, instead spending our time doing what we're going to do, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Anybody who's got any hesitations about what it's like to work for the adventure team, I mean, all they need to do is walk in the door and, come talk to us.
Yeah.
We literally bought a property for the community.
Yeah.
We're literally sitting on a 2.5 acre parcel that was potentially going to get developed with a hotel.
Yeah.
And we came in, we were in a position to secure it and thought, this is a good investment of that money to try to turn this into a park and ensure that the green space stays here for Marquette residents.
Yeah.
Into perpetuity.
Yeah. You're
I don't know.
So mean.
We don't sound that fucking mean.
I can say with 100% accuracy, it's nobody's mean.
No,
Nobody's
I don't think so.
mean
But I would say there is an edge, right? There's a little bit of a toughness. There's a little bit of a no nonsense.
Well, I mean, you don't like the videos that they took of me during Crusher because I'm so happy and grateful.
Right.
Because you do like to upset and push people.
Yeah,
and
we
get them on that edge.
We like seeing people outside their comfort zone.
Absolutely. And that might not always rub people the right way when they don't come out of it in a good way, right? I mean,
absolutely.
Yeah.
On more than one occasion over all the years that we've done this, somebody's had a suboptimal experience at one of our events.
Yeah.
And I'm the first person they take it out on.
Sure.
And that's part of my job. I just read the email, maybe respond, maybe don't.
Yeah.
But there's been quite a few over the years that after they had time, whether it was 2 weeks or even sometimes a year, they come back and they've apologized.
Yeah.
Like, I remember one guy in particular, he's a local guy. He lit me up on fire in an email.
Yeah.
I was the worst human being on the planet.
Yeah.
And I basically just, responded back to him initially. And I was like, sorry you feel that way. This is after the event. Sorry you feel that way. I refunded your money. So he got to the experience. He went to the event. I'm like, hey, here's your money back. Go do something else. I don't take it personal. A year later, I heard from him. And he's like, it's been a year. And he said, I got to be honest with you. I was way out of line. I was an asshole. And you had every right to come at me hard and just blow me up. And you gave me grace.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's what toughness is giving people grace.
Yeah.
And I just think that people try to oversimplify people.
Yeah.
There's layers to it. Just like there's layers to the org.
Yeah.
We run these tremendously difficult endurance events while we also run a nurturing youth program.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at those two things and you'd say from a distance looking at it, you're like, those don't belong together.
Right.
But the fact that they're polar opposites is the reason it works.
Yeah.
That's why they need to be together. It's opposite ends of the globe, North and South Pole.
Yeah.
You want to talk a little bit about Gluski Park? I mean, we can't give away too many details, but that is you're moving in now after 6 months into what I'd say is your first major project.
Yeah.
And you're going to be leading the charge on getting the project done.
Yeah.
How's that feel?
It feels good. I mean, I feel like I've been working on it more and more. I don't remember when you were like, hey, by the way, I hired you to work on this. And I was like, oh, good. Okay. Let's see how that goes. But it's been a great project so far. We have a good committee of people that are going to be helping fundraise. And it's such an exciting project.
What gets you excited?
I'm just even talking to Aaron Rodgers, the builder, right? Like when he starts to talk about what it's going to look like and what it's going to, and we're talking to a designer to create some illustrations, what it's going to feel like. When I think about like the community out here, when I think of, it's busy outside base camp with people riding their bikes, playing, walking, going to the beach, walking their dogs. So when I think about that times however many, even bigger, that I get excited about that because it is I think it will be a really beautiful space for people to gather of all levels and abilities, which is super cool. And yeah, so it's just been doing a lot of research and understanding fundraising and understanding the park.
New world for you.
It is a new world. Yeah. But at the end of the day, like, it's connecting people to an opportunity. And we want people that want to support it, that believe in it the way that we do. Right. Yeah. And so we're not out there to convince anybody.
No.
We're looking for the people that believe in the project, the mission. And that I don't think will be too hard. I think there's a lot of support for it and a lot of belief in what it will bring to the community. So,
I mean, when you look out there right now, on any given random weekday or weekend, there's kids out there playing already.
Yeah.
I've heard a couple times, I think Emily mentioned it one time, kids out in the back of base camp playing baseball.
Yeah.
We're not out there. And this is actually a really relevant topic too for the UP right now. So we buy a property, right? Mm-hmm. We don't gate it.
Yeah.
We actually take the gate down.
Yeah.
Because it literally had a cyclone fence around the 2-acre green space out the back door. It looked like Alcatraz.
Yeah.
It's like we're at Marquette's prison. So one of our first moves moving in, buying the property was take that son of a bitch down.
Yeah.
Because it's ugly as hell.
Yeah.
And it just gives a bad vibe. Mm-hmm. Right. And it's like separating us from the surrounding community. That's not necessarily the reality right now across the UP.
Sure.
There's a lot of issues with interconnectedness, access that we're constantly bumping up against. And boy, I really think that even just beyond building the park and turning that into an asset that's available to the community 365 days a year, it sends a positive message.
Yeah.
If you're a landowner or somebody that has resources up here, we have to be in it together.
Yeah.
We have to see beyond ourselves, which comes back to the whole service before self mantra.
Yeah.
For the project, that every time that we throw a gate up and signage up and we cut ourselves off from one another, we're fragmenting our ability to be successful as a 906 community.
Yeah.
Here at home in the UP and outside the UP. Mm-hmm. It's a huge deal to me.
Yeah.
And I think that we see it. You'll see trail orgs, they're in that sphere, but it's very local sometimes. I mean, we see it organizationally, I'd say more globally across the UP because of the extent of the events.
Yeah.
And the extent of just the number of people that we have to work with, organizations. And it is a problem that we have to take head on, and we can actually solve it together.
Yeah.
But we're all going to have to sacrifice a little bit.
Yeah.
For the greater good. Mm-hmm. There's just no two ways about it.
Yeah.
And we have an obligation to do that. So the park, talk a little bit about the events. So you've actually helped host a couple of events, or was it one? Two.
We did Tour de Youp, and then we held a neighborhood block party.
Yes. And we have another one coming up.
We do?
September. The NCT Hike Every Mile.
Yes, we do. Did you remember that one? Say no.
No, he does know about it because we've been working on the t-shirt.
Okay, it's on my calendar. I'm not there yet. I'm actually taking a trip this weekend for that. So
Yes, I'm with you.
I'm slightly.
So there's another one coming up.
Yes, there is.
You want to talk a little bit about what those events have been, why we're hosting them, what the intention is?
Yeah, I mean, just like I said earlier, this is a space for the community to gather. And if that means we're hosting and putting up tents and, for the block party, all we did was put up tents, right? We didn't do tables, chairs. No, just tents.
Yeah, just some tents.
And created a space where everybody could access it, right? Like they could drive up if they needed to. They could walk across the yard if they wanted to.
Yeah.
And we have restrooms, which is a game changer for some people.
Absolutely.
And just make it an easy place for people to be. And all, those couple events just have such a good energy to them. People are so excited to be here, and it's a great opportunity for us to share our mission too.
Absolutely.
But ultimately it's just giving people a space to be.
Yeah. I think that Tour de Youp we've done 3 years. This was the third. That's been good. It's funny because on the surface you could look at it and say, well, why would 906 Adventure Team host that? That's a bunch of road bikers, right? But again, I don't see people for what I don't label a person based on their hobby.
Yeah.
You know, they're an organization that's trying to do a good thing. Gary had reached out, wanted to host it here. I'm like, hey, it's kind of what we bought the property to do, to make it available to the community. Makes sense. You know, we run events. We know how to run events well. That's to their benefit. And they're able to literally to roll in and just have a good time.
Yeah.
And everything's handled for them.
Yeah.
Which makes a positive experience for their participants, et cetera. And a positive experience between us and another organization.
Yeah.
The block party is a no-brainer because it was essentially our neighbors.
Yeah.
And
it was fun.
Yeah, and it was, you know, met a bunch of people we hadn't met yet.
Yeah, it was great.
You know, some people came in, checked out the office. I think some people learned.
Well, they had me create trivia questions about our organization.
Oh, I don't think I was there for that part.
No.
Oh, were they on the table?
They were on the table.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So that, you know, you'd read something on the front and then flip it over for the answer. It was real cute.
Yeah.
Really thoughtful idea. They do
awesome.
a lot of good work. I mean, the condo association group, whatever they are, wonderful people, and work really hard to create a nice space for everyone. So
North Country Trail, you know, to me, that's a no-brainer because they're a trail group.
Yeah.
I'm on the board. I've been on the board for 2 years. I think this is going into my, I was reelected, so I'm going into my third year. Hike Every Mile event they do at the end of September.
Yeah.
Why not host it?
I love it. I was so excited when we had them. I can't believe I forgot about it because I'm a big hiker. That is what I like to do.
Oh, we're all hikers. I think when they did the trail study, you know, when Matt and Eagle and LSCP were doing that survey, everybody likes to talk about Marquette as a bike community, or at least a bike community likes that. But when you looked at the number one outdoor silent sport activity in Marquette, it was by a landslide hiking.
Yeah.
Foot. So, you know, to me, we've had in the past, due to some of the, let's say, personalities that were involved, you know, there was some friction with the NCT, with this local group, but we've worked through all of that.
Awesome.
You know, some people have moved on. Lynn, who's the board president, has been fantastic to work with. The rest of the board has been great. And I think that by sitting in a room together with, on the surface, what people might say is a group, you know, like hikers and bikers have nothing in common because what they do is different. When you take that bullshit away, we're all the same. Yeah. And we all need the trails. Yeah. And we all need the access. And we need to work together to make sure we have it.
Definitely.
You know? Mm-hmm. I'm looking forward to this one. Even last night, like I had to miss the general membership meeting for our local chapter because I was working on the t-shirt for the event. Yeah. Because we're going to put it into our store and make it available to their community to buy ahead of the event. But it's like, those are the little things we can do to work together. Yeah. Right? You're putting somebody else's stuff ahead of yours. Service again before self. Yeah. And a lot of good comes from it. Yeah. Yeah. That's great. I will say, you know, I should qualify this. Obviously, we're going to host as many events here as we can. Mm-hmm. If somebody were to listen to this and they had a thought that they think of, you know, some event maybe they like to run here that is somehow aligned, right? Or there's some synergy. Obviously, we're open. We're open to the conversation. Yeah. We're not going to be able to host everything. Sure. Because we are also running an organization. We have events and we have our own things. And the one rule I'd say with our events on the property is if it's on our property, we are running the event. Yeah. We are going to make sure it's a good event. Yeah. So the event, the space is not the Wild West. Right. Right. We don't want it to become that. No. I mean, we've got neighbors. Mm-hmm. We have a reputation to uphold. Mm-hmm. The last thing that we need is to have poorly run events occur on our property. Yeah. And I feel 100% okay saying that. Yeah. Yeah. You know? So when we can, we're going to make it available and we're going to do a good job on it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I like it. Okay, let's talk. Let's see, we got a half hour. The road ahead. The road ahead. What do you think? What are you looking forward to? Do you have anything after 6 months that You're just, that you want to do, a goal?
Well, want to raise a lot of money for the park.
You want to get the park built.
Yeah. So there's that. I mean, I'm looking forward to kind of cementing my place here, right? I went from, say those first few weeks, like, what do I do? Yeah. Where's Todd? What you going to tell me what to do? And now to being like, whew, I don't know if I'm gonna get this all done. I better do a little bit at home. Oh, I forgot about the newsletter. Oh, we're supposed to put a newsletter out in 3 days. Oh yeah. Okay, that's a priority now. So getting into a rhythm and you move at a quick pace, here, there, everywhere, and that's great. It doesn't shake me, but I definitely have a lot of random notes everywhere. I see you in the parking lot. Hey, could you call so-and-so? So streamlining my process a little bit is good. I go through my notebook like twice a day. Like, okay, where's my latest? Where's that? So many to-do lists or little notes, but
yeah. Are you getting your arms around it? Do you feel like you have your arms around it?
I do. Yeah. I do. And sometimes I might come in and feel a little overwhelmed with my day. Like, oh man, I have a lot I've got to get accomplished today. And then by the end of the day, I'm like, oh, I nailed that. It was a great day. Got a lot done. And, even just yesterday, there were like 20 beacons that batteries needed to be changed, cleaned up. And I'm like, oh, how long is this going to take me? It took me an hour. I mean, sometimes things feel daunting. And then if you just do it. Stop thinking about it. All of a sudden, you're it's good.
Yeah. It's amazing when you do it, it gets done.
Exactly. And I could sit there and stare at it for an hour and then, whatever.
Do you have any tips for her on keeping track of everything? I mean, you've been here longer. Any hacks?
Oh, what's my hack? I don't know. I'm busy. Just nonstop.
Mark is very busy.
How do you keep track of it all? How do you personally keep track of it? Notes?
You don't write notes like I do.
I have notes.
You do? You've got a good.
No, I don't.
Really?
No, he's actually self-proclaimed poor memory.
He's the one who remembered when I got hired.
Yeah.
I didn't even remember.
Well, that was just a memorable day in our life.
I think it's actually like doomsday.
Yeah, it's just changing, every day.
Yeah.
Hey, I envisioned something completely different for my week this week, and
here we are.
What did you envision for your week?
Well, I stayed late last night so that I could open up my day to make sure that I had something squared away for this evening, get ahead of that, because today's my wedding anniversary.
Oh, happy anniversary.
It's not happening that way, but it's all good. Yeah, I don't. My hack is just keep plowing forward.
Yeah,
that's really all it is.
Adapt.
Set myself up the best I can to retain what I can and stay on top of it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like yesterday with what we were working through.
Yeah.
I had no idea that was going to happen, for me. I walk in, it ends up taking 4 hours of my day.
Yeah.
Gone.
Yeah.
And it's like, but I just shifted. It's like, okay, I just lost these 4 hours. I got to get on the phone with Marco, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Made adjustments to the schedule for the rest of the day, end up on the phone with Marco until... when did I send you the shirt last night? 8, 9?
It was later, yeah.
Yeah. So just everything just shifts.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's, I try to get in my head a block of time that I'm going to need to do something. A lot of what I'm doing right now is very physical. So it's moving matter from one place to another.
Right.
And it takes time.
Yeah.
And as soon as something else creeps in on that,
right, you
got to find another block of time for that physical thing.
Yes.
And it's not always easy.
Yeah.
And sometimes for me, I do a lot of writing, say for this newsletter was not a lot of my own personal writing, but that is something that when you're pulled away in the middle of writing an article and then you have to start over.
Yeah.
It's so
that's hard.
I've I'm writing at home. I'm writing at a coffee shop. I'm writing somewhere in my car. Like lesson learned there, right?
Yeah.
Like
that's a big part of the reason, because on my side, so much of what I do is creatively driven.
Yeah.
With writing.
Yeah.
Or with Marco, with graphic design,
Yeah.
and concepts and content. So that's why a lot of times I try to either be in here if I'm here,
Yep.
or I'm at home, because I get it.
Yeah.
If you're in that flow writing an article and you get pulled away 5 times, good fucking luck.
Yep. It's
That
painful.
article is going to be a Frankenstein.
Exactly.
I mean, there's no way around it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. So
It's a constant struggle.
it is. And I love how many people pop in here. It is
More and more.
yeah. And it's great. But then I just have to learn like when I really got to dial in, what does that look like?
Uh-huh.
So road ahead, still learning. Margie will be my last event now to experience.
Right. So by then you'll have had the full trilogy experience.
Yep. I didn't start for Polar Roll, but we knew I was coming on, so I worked it. And
Yep.
so yeah, that's gonna feel good. I'm looking forward to having a full cycle of events done. This summer was just moved fast. I mean, so fast. I really feel like I blinked and August was over. Like when I said to you, hey, do you know that a newsletter goes out on Monday? I could not even fathom that the first Monday of September was a week from when I talked to you or whatever it was, you know. Wild.
When I was driving home to get cable yesterday from here, I had kind of the same moment where it was like, because I was going to get him as he was getting out the bus from school.
Yeah.
And I literally had this moment where I'm like, I feel like it was June 10th, 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And the summer was gone.
So fast.
And I'm picking my kid up from his first day of freshman year.
Yeah.
Literally, I was like, where the fuck did it go? What happened?
Yeah.
Where was I?
It's just, it's bizarre. It's kind of
it was pretty wild.
Yeah. And I had, going into the summer, I was like, I'm starting a new job. I'm going to stay close to home. I'm not planning any major, there's no big backpacking trip in my future, things like that. So I didn't expect it to go so fast.
It's not slowing down. No.
But it was so good. Like, I feel like it was really enjoyable. And I don't know.
It's been good.
It has been good.
Yep. Well, it is 11:36 and we all have shit to do.
Well, we have a meeting.
So we should probably get ready for the next meeting.
Mark's got a lot.
And you got an anniversary, brother. We are out of here. Over and out.